we're going to look at the 992.1 GT3RS market. It's going up, and it's going up fast. And I have the proof here, and I'm going to also show you why it's going up so fast. All right. So let's talk a little bit. So this is Mannheim. This is what a lot of dealers use to appraise cars. There was a couple of transactions over this past 2 weeks or so that were very questionable to the market. They were very high, way higher than they've ever been. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about right here. So I'm going to show you this car right here. January 29th. Both of these cars are actually great examples. Both of these cars were sold at the same auction, and they were both sold clean cars, roughly the same, similar miles, 800 and 2500. And they were both on the same day. So it was the same auction, 385, 387. That's the market on the car at that time. On January 29th, that was the market on wholesale on the car. The car was worth that. Retail on the car at that time was about 409,990, 419,990 max, 415 max on a 2025 model year. But we're talking about a loaded car. We're talking about a Weissach front lift, ceramic brake, Bose, PDLS Plus, bucket seats, the mag wheel, the whole shebang, like a 310 to 330-ish MSRP. That's the range. There's non-Weissach cars that are $275,000. Those cars are worth way less. We're not talking about those. And then there's cars that are paint to sample cars that are worth a lot more, which we're going to get into next. 800 mile, 2,500 mile car, clean car, both sold at the same location, both on the same day, both 387 and 385. Look at the trend. You go to this next one. This car sold for 401K with 500 miles. 2 weeks later. Okay, that's a $20,000 jump. 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, same price as this car. You're talking about 387 with 800 miles. The same car 2 weeks later sells for 387 with 7,800 miles. On a GT3RS, 7,000 miles is huge. So then you have this car here 2 weeks later again. After the 387, sells for 376 with 15,000 miles. Now, we can go on Auto Trader and we can probably find that car and see what they're pricing it at. Let's go look. Okay, there's your car right there. Is that the same car? Yep, black. Okay, there you go. Showing you guys this insight. If you're not a dealer, you don't have access to this stuff, you don't see it, I'm showing it to you. You buy the car for $376K with 15,000 miles, you got the car online for $399. That exact car, that 15,000 mile car 2 months ago was worth $335K max. Maybe $340 wholesale, and it would retail for $359, maybe $365, because a 500 mile or 800 mile and 2,500 mile car was retailing for about $410, $420. Which right now, that 15,000 mile car is retailing for basically $400K. You see the difference there? The car is $400K right now. For $10,000 more than this, you could have bought these two cars when they were sold in retail. The trend is going up and you can see it, okay? Now we're gonna show you another thing. This car right here was last week's sale. This car sold for $410,000. It was a 336 MSRP, if I remember correctly. It was fairly loaded. That is retail on the car 2 months ago, okay? Now it's wholesaling for what retail was 2 months ago. And I know this better than anybody. I've sold so many of these things over the last couple years. I have everything documented. I study the market every single day. This is all I do. I have all the tools. This is all I do. So with that being said, the market is trending up on this car. I'm going to show you why. I got two examples here. You got a 2024, so a year older. On these cars, model year from 24 to 25, if you're talking about the exact same car, same color, same miles, same everything, you're talking about, in retail, you're talking about a $20,000 spread. This car right here, that's advertised for sale right here, for $500K for a 24 paint to sample, I think this is mint green, 5,000 mile car for $499. That's way higher than what the market was on this car 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. I bought this exact same car in jet green metallic with a nicer spec with less miles for $395. Mind you, they have it for $499. I bought it for $395. I sold that car at wholesale for $430, $425 if I remember. Cars are supposed to go up in value. So I sold this car like almost a year ago. It should be cheaper today, but that's not the case on these cars, okay? Cars don't go up, they're supposed to go down other than these cars. $500K, paint to sample, 500 miles. Let's go look at these two cars. So get a good look. You got a ultraviolet 2025 3RS, 760 miles, 330K sticker. Super nice build, okay? Ceramic brakes, Weissach package, full leather, front axle lift, deviated, all the good options. Now, 515. Okay, we go to the next screen. What's that? The same car, same color, paint to sample, ultraviolet. Guess what? It's a 2025. Guess what? It's ultraviolet. Guess what? Similar miles. Same car. 476, 516. Big spread, right? Both cars are the exact same car, and you're talking about 76, 86, 96, 106. You're $40,000 spread, okay? Let's look at why. The market, I told you, is going up, right? If we take this VIN, we copy the VIN. Average retail market's only 429 with 2,500 miles. This is not correct right now. Okay, it's higher than that. You want to know why it's higher than that? Actually, just really quick, they're saying that the average market of the cars retails asking 429, and that the average miles are 2,500, and there's 41 of them for sale. But if you look here and you go to 2025 and you go down here, this one just sold for 410 with 96 miles. So how the hell is average retail market 429 with those miles? This one just sold for 410. With delivery miles. That's delivery miles, okay? This car, I guarantee you, we can find it online. I bet you this car, when it goes for sale, it's going to be 460, 459. All day of the week is what they're going to ask for the car. The market's going up. All right, back to what I was saying. You're going to go with 476 and the 515. All right, so if you go back and you put the VIN number in and you go look at the car, right there. It's online for 476 with 1,400 miles. There's your problem right there. 72 days old. The car is 72 days old. This is a totally different market than what we're in now. The car is worth more than it was 72 days ago. But the dealership has the car priced on 72-day-old pricing. The car's gone up in value. Get what I'm saying? So at 476,888, that car is a deal right now. You want to know why it's a deal? Let me show you why it's a deal. You can buy that car for 476,888, right? You got a dealer buying a 2024 with more miles, 5,200 miles, and a year older. And it's a year older, okay? And it's a year older for 451K. So you mean to tell me as a consumer, if you're looking at the car, you're looking at the market, you're going to go buy one of these. Which one are you going to buy? You're going to buy the mint green car that's a year older with double the miles for $30,000 more? I don't think so. This price should be higher. If you're a consumer and you're watching this and the car's still available and you don't buy that 470 at this number, you're crazy. This is cheap. I promise you, we're going to have this conversation in 60 days from now, and this car's going to be worth the number 5 on the front.
Would you look at that? Here's a screenshot of the car, not even 2 weeks after the video was recorded, and they have it online now for $497,888. So they increased the price $20-some thousand.
And I'm going to show you another reason why it's going to be the number 5 on the front. So for a paint to sample one, okay, very clear about that. A non-PTS one's not going to be worth over 5. So this dealership here that's selling this car is selling this car at 72-day-old price. They probably have to get rid of this car. They probably have, floor plan costs and all this extra stuff. Usually, obviously, dealers don't want to keep cars forever. They don't want them to be old age. A lot of them have different policies that they can't keep cars for longer than 60, 90, 120 days. Obviously, the older the car gets, the cheaper the car is going to be. They price up the highest on day one. As it gets older, it goes down. People have this crazy thing in their head where they say, oh my God, you've had the car for 120 days. It's online for $100,000. Will you take 85? Absolutely not. You had a better chance of it being online for 100K and you offering the 85, you got a better chance of getting the price closer to 85 on day 1 or day 2 or day 3 or day 10 because it's fresh. There's meat on the bone. You can always go down. You can't go up on regular cars. At least these cars you can. So we'll go back. So that car is 72 days old and it's priced at 72-day old pricing. Now let's go look at the other one. That car is what? 516. Guess what? This car is priced at today's pricing. It's today's pricing. It's the exact same car. And I'm going to show you how I know it's today's pricing. Watch what happens when I click vehicle history. And I go look at the car. Ding, 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 ding. Guess what? Ding, 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 ding. Vehicle offer for sale. 324. Today's the 27th. Car is priced at today's market value on the car. That's the difference. These cars are going up in value. They're going up in value. Today's the 27th. You can mark my words. I guarantee you're going to see this video in 60, 90, 120 days from now, and the market is going to go through the roof. Get these cars while you can now for the numbers that they are now, or you're just going to pay $30,000 to $60,000 more for it later this year. And let me show you why really quick they're going up as well. And then we'll cut it at that. Here's why they're going up. This is why the price is going up on this car. You look at the computer. What is this? 2026 GT3, okay? 2026 GT3, all 2026 GT3s. Do you notice something? 400, 380, 420. Here, lower end, still 350. 360, 350, 400, 400, 400, 400, 400. Now here's the question that I have for you. If you're a consumer and you're spending the same money, would you rather have a GT3 or a GT3RS? I think the answer to that question is pretty simple. That is why the GT3RS is going up in value. The new generation 992.2 GT3 has gone up in price so much between the price that the manufacturer charges and then the dealer that it's getting too close to the price of the 992.1 GT3RS. That is exactly why the price is going up. You cannot have a GT3 and a GT3RS price at the same because every single person on the planet is going to take the GT3RS. So what does that do to the market? It makes the GT3 RS go up. It has to separate itself from the GT3. So that's why I'm telling you, if you're looking at this car for 360, guess what? It's gonna run your pockets 100 grand more if you want to buy a GT3 RS. Same thing, you know, delivery mile. No, it was funny. Look at that. 360, 360, 360, right? 360 for look at the miles. They're all delivery miles, right? Well, guess what? When you go to the one that I was just talking about, I swear, how does this math? The math is mathing. Boom, 410, 96 miles. They're gonna ask 460 for that car. There's your market right there. I'm showing it to you before it even happens. The car's gonna be they're gonna take this car, whoever bought this car is gonna price this car for $460K. It's gonna put itself $100,000 more than the 992.1 GT3. And that is the market on these cars.